Welcome, everyone. Good morning. Cheers. Let's caffeinate and create with MJ. It is Mary Jo Snyder, and I welcome you to my YouTube channel on this dreary Sunday here in upstate New York. Oh, there I am, just like that. I got comments going. Perfect. Thank you all for joining me today. I welcome each and every one of you. I've got my Tim Hortons original roast with sweet cream this morning. This is cup number 2, and I did not do a lot of crafting. Actually, I didn't do any crafting yesterday. I went and visited the group that I craft with in Corning, and because a couple of us are planning to go on Jennifer Cotton's crafting cruise in January, and I'm super excited. So we had to discuss all the fun. So welcome to all of you joining me live. And those of you catching the replay, if you would be so kind, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the like button, hit the subscription, and comment in these videos. I'm still working on how to see my comments after the live broadcast because anyone commenting live, they just disappear. I'm sure they're still there, but I'm struggling. So I'm only able to respond to comments afterwards, but I can have those discussions with you if you're commenting while I am here going live. A lot of technical things I have to work through in doing all of this YouTube stuff, but I'm certainly loving each and every second of it because I can continue to craft with everyone and share fun ideas that I see elsewhere. Matter of fact, I forgot to jot down a name. I just got a great idea from someone, saw it from someone else, and then I just did a search on YouTube and found similar technique for an awesome fun fold pocket insert for my beautiful journal that I got from Sue. Thank you, Sue. That I will be using and filling up. And then in the near future, I'm going to share how to build one from scratch for all of you to participate in. And that will be an announcement coming soon. Once I get the hang of all this stuff, I might even offer a class. Wouldn't that be fun? An online class where you can get all the goodies, hopefully, or I can tell you where you can get them, and then we can craft together. So all right, that is not anytime soon, but it will be fun stuff in the near future. Once I get my head wrapped around all the stuff that I want to learn myself, then I'll be able to teach as well. So I'm really not looking to make this as a business. I just truly want to share with you. And I know I have a lot of people that are interested that want to use their own stash, and they can do that. So we will figure something out and it will be completely awesome. So maybe I'll have a subscription to my channel to help my channel grow, where you can help fund my creativity so that I can keep purchasing product and come to you and share some wonderful ideas. So it would be a minimal monthly cost. I just have to figure all that out too. It'll be a minute before I get acclimated to all that stuff if I choose to actually go that route. Like I said, I'm doing this for fun and to bring inspiration and creativity to so many people that are here with me and want to subscribe and be a part of my channel. A lot of people, I look at my analytics from my videos and I see like 50% of people that watch are not subscribers, and that makes me very sad because I don't want you to miss out on content. You do need a Google account in order to log into YouTube to comment, as well as other things. You don't have to do anything, but when you're watching others, if you're signed into your Amazon. Whoo, too many things out on the web, right? Thanks for the thumbs up and the love. But you are able to do so many things, comment and ask questions and all of that stuff when you have a Google account and go into YouTube and just are signed into your Google account. That way, if you have questions or need me to revisit something, I know and I can help you. And that goes along with every person out here that is trying to teach crafting and sharing fun techniques and projects of all different genres of paper crafting. So keep that in mind. So with that, I'm going to get you turned down. Cheers to all of you that are joining me. Happy Let's Caffeinate and Create on this wonderful Sunday morning that we're all blessed with. So let's get started. I'm excited. I just actually created this fold right now prior to this video. So there might be a little altering and maybe even a few glitches, but we'll work it out. And I think there's two different ways to do it, but because the paper I'm using from Hither and Yon that I purchased and shared in a previous video, which is available from Hither and Yon Studio. So you can find them here on YouTube, and they are over on Instagram and Facebook. So I will share some links if I didn't do that previously to the set that I purchased, but it's a one-sided paper, and it's just regular copy paper, like 60-pound weight, I believe. So really easy to use, easy to fold. You just have to be careful when you are scoring it that you do not score too hard and rip right through it. So even though that adds to the whole rustic vibe, the vintage vibe, we want to do it when we mean to, not by accident. So sometimes accidents in crafting are happy accidents. So it adds to whatever you're creating. So let's get pointed down. I'm going to reverse the camera. You're going to see outside as well as my stand and cover this here. I am sitting in my chair without my boot on. So I'm going to hope that I'm not resting my foot on anything that I shouldn't be. I think I need to reverse this and flip it because I think the backside is more gray rather than the lighter and darker gray. This kind of throws me off as if it's looking like a Target. And then when I want to share content, it's nice because of, and there's some shadow somewhere. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but that's okay. I think it's from my iPad, but that's okay. Cloudy day, overcast, whatever, rainy here in upstate New York, but I am super excited for you to be here and share in all the wonderful things. So I'm pulling out some stuff. This is my journal that I received from Sue. Sue hops on here when she can, Sue Kent, and she is, look, it's got some binding there where you just put some kind of like a linen thread in there. And we're going to put one of these together at some point one day, but I'm still learning all of that too. So again, you recall this beautiful stuff that I got from Heather and Jan. Again, it's one-sided, lots of beautiful sheets with like tangerine. Matter of fact, I think that might be the name of it. There's some other beautiful blues and some red tones, browns. It's very vintagey, very rustic, very much a lot of stuff that I love. And it's got hints of pattern and whatnot. It would be great for junk journaling, scrapbooking, making cards, whatever choice of what you love to do. You could even cut this down and add it to a box that you create. You know, and you want to layer designer series paper or decorative paper of some sort. So that's the paper pack we are working with. This is my journal. These were all the extras that I received from Hither and Jan. And her name is DJ, and somewhere I have a little thing. But these are extras. I won't use all of this in my journal because it's not something that's coordinating with what I wanted to do with this journal. There's cats on here. It's a nice little recipe card, and of course a calendar. That could be something I do because if I want to journal a specific day, I could add this in, use this as a tuck spot by gluing the sides. It does coordinate with what I'm picking as colors to marry in with this this journal. So it'll be fun to maybe utilize this, and I could circle the month and the day of a specific event, as you can see. So that was just a little add-on. And on the back, it's like one of those not Memory More, but Project Life, which I do have some of that, and I've been incorporating it into the wonderful program I am doing with Rhonda Wade and 3 other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. I've joined it. I don't have to be a demonstrator. I don't have to purchase their product. There is a tutorial that you can purchase. I am eyeballing their designs if they are not giving me measurements, and I'm making it my own. And I started to create 2 pages, which I will share over on their group. It is 90-day scrapbooking challenge or something like that. If anyone's interested in the link, I will share that in the description of this video as well. That way you have that information if you want to join. There is no cost unless you purchase product from any of the creators within the design team for the 24 pages we're going to be doing throughout 90 days of that fun group and there's challenges every week, and they're not extreme. It's not overwhelming. You work at your own pace. Like we're just finishing week 2, going into week 3, and I'm still finishing up my week 1 photos or spread scrapbook spread, 2-page spread, which is almost done. And then I'll post pictures of that and move on to the next presentation and watch everything. And you just let them know when you finish things, or you can just be one stalker person and get ideas and inspiration. So it's always a way to, help you get inspiration from various demonstrators or crafters alike, and whatever they choose to do on their crafting journey. So this is a cute little kind of like a file folder, but it's just one-sided, so that's super cute to add elements to. And of course I got 2 medium-sized doilies, and this inspired me to actually go to the Dollar Tree. And I thought, the Dollar Tree has some fun things I'm learning that I can incorporate into junk journals. So I bought a massive pack of doilies for $1.25, and there are 32 doilies in here. Come on, do the math, right? I can use these for so many different things in creating and scrapbooking, junk journals, whatever I decide, cards, whatever. I love doilies. I love the vintage look. You can do so many techniques with these as well. So wedding section, crafting section, you're going to find these. This is more so showing a yellow or a white hue to, or like white on my camera, but it really is more of a off-white, like an ivory or kind of a little vanilla tone to this paper pack. So I'm really excited about that. So as well as these are the butterflies we're going to use today that came in my Hither and Yon pack as well. So this is going to be, we got page 1. This is going to be the fold that we're going to do today. There's also maybe a couple other things I want to try. I also received another gift and this was last year, from my friends at, and this is the design we're creating, from my friends at Hopewell that I go craft with. I try to get there monthly, but I'm slipping. But we're gonna decorate all this stuff. We're gonna just add. We might leave some blank. We might stamp on some, but these are all dyed pages that Sue did. Various colors. It's gonna go. I mean, look how nicely it goes with each of these colors in this paper palette. It's just a great thing. Coffee stained, all kinds of different staining. I love that she used this floral stuff. I just really love, love, love. And Sue does a lot of upcycling, which means recycling, but making it into something that you can either gift to somebody or sell at a craft fair. And a lot of the stuff she uses, like this could be a manila folder or some package. It could have been a cereal box, and she covered the outside of it with designer series paper to cover whatever. If it was Frosted Flakes, you're covering up Tony the Tiger, whatever. But she uses a lot of things to recycle, and I think that's amazing. Instead of filling our landfill or sending it to recycle. I mean, I love to take my stuff to the landfill to recycle, but imagine all the things that I could be doing with some of that stuff. But you can't save everything, so remember that. Those of you joining me, please comment and say hello. I would love to know where you are watching from and all that fun stuff. So we're going to jump in and do this, but I also want to show you, this was a Christmas gift last year before, doesn't matter. I met these ladies 2 years ago at a craft fair, and we got these big chunky paper clips. You can find those at various places. Probably Amazon has them. I'm going to have to start my own Amazon affiliate link so I can find things that I like to use and share with you so you have quick access. Not that I really need or want the payout, but I could get a few pennies from someone shopping from my affiliate link. So that's future stuff. Loving the lace cover up on the seam of this. Gnomes, poinsettias. Of course, this is Christmas themed. You open it up and you have different, and we're going to try and mimic this. It might take me a minute to figure it out, but we're going to do our best because I'm not going to pull this apart to figure it out. And maybe we'll build on it. And then this can also be something you add into your journal, right? And you could paper clip it in just like this. That way you can pull it out and you can flip through. Or if you don't care about the back page, you can just adhere that back page there and then do that flip through. This is 4x4, I believe, or a little longer. Actually, it's 4 by, where's my inches? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 4 3/4. So we're going to figure out how to do this. No problem, but it can go right in your journal, and you've got all these awesome tags that you can add as other things within your journal. It's a way to gift ephemera and fun stuff to people if you want to share your fun things. I belong to an amazing group of other people that I was invited by Ginny Eck. Thank you, Ginny, if you are watching. But I've thanked her immensely for adding me to this group, and we have fun activities every month. So this April is going to be my first month of creating and sharing. We do swaps and all this amazing stuff, and it doesn't have to be a specific brand of product. So that is what's really cool. So you can share a lot of fun stuff with the people in this group. That is just stuff you love and themed that they recommend. It's really great, and I don't know how Nicole keeps everything yes, Nicole keeps everything squared away, but I don't know how long they've been doing this, but it's been very inspiring just looking at everything they're creating. I came across this paper in my stash, needed coffee, that I also have had for years. It would be great to create and add some of these colors. So I'm going to take these two pieces because I really love, there's blue tones and other tones within that match my journal and my Hither and Yon paper, and it's double-sided, so that helps. And then of course I have other designs. This also would look great in there. Maybe we'll pull that one out too. That's the back side. So a lot of options. It kind of gives me that fall vintage vibe. There's some scripty text there. Maybe I'll pull that one out too. Anything that has the fall colors, I'm going to set aside for something different. But yes, we have pulled out several of these pieces. I'll take that one too because it's got some blues. And the rest of these I'm going to, I don't know if I'll use all of what I just pulled, but it's a lot of fun paper that I found, and I believe it is 8x8. Yes, it is 8x8 paper. Don't know where I got it from, have no clue, but I found it as I was cleaning all of my fun things out there. Hey, Jenny. Oh, you're so wonderful. All right, so let's recreate this. Now I am going to tell you that because my paper from Hither and Yon is one-sided, I'm going to do some trimming, and I did kind of do a little tuck spot. On the next one, this is kind of a prototype for me to go by, and I have a template that I did. So this may or may not go in my journal. I may just keep this as a reference because I want to ink the edges. So we're going to find a piece. And I want kind of, I mean, obviously this is kind of a Mod Podge of directions. This one looks great. I might actually use this one. But like this one has stripes going this way, and some of the decor is kind of the same way. So I wouldn't, I mean, I could use it this way, but I really might want to do something different with this. So anything that is directional side to side or doesn't have a direction is going to be a good option for me. So this, obviously this paper was shared in a previous video, so please go and look where I think I had a mini haul from Hither and Yon, may have been the title. You can find it from previous videos within the last couple of weeks. So all right, so with this, I have picked out colors for myself to do some inking to edges. And I've picked out Copper Clay, Pebbled Path, Wild Wheat, Moody Mauve. I probably should even pull in Boho Blue. These are colors that are Stampin' Up! And this is an entire in color collection that is going to be retiring. So if you like these colors, you can get a hold of a demonstrator and purchase from that person. That is strictly up to you. And when those colors retire, a lot of things fall off the shelf really quick. So I know their last chance list for items that are retiring is already out there. So I think, I don't know. I'm not a demonstrator anymore. I just go by what I hear. And this is pecan pie. I love to do inking of edges to make things look a little more vintage. So that's really, unless I'm doing stamping and stuff like that, that's really what I'm using my inks for these days. So with that being said, I want to bring in my paper trimmer. And I am a fan of the Stampin' Up! Paper trimmer. I do have a Fiskars one, but I struggle with it. So I like to, I'm going to cut down 1/4 off of each side of this paper. And then I'm going to share with you the measurements of what I need to create this. So the 1/4 is going to just get rid of that white border that Hither and Yon likes to print their designs on. They do cardstock weight as well as just your basic copy paper weight. It was cheaper for me to get just the copy paper weight. You can just buy the digital and print them yourself, but I do have a really good printer that I could use for that purpose. However, it's put away and would be crazy insane for me to pull it out and print stuff, and you go through a lot of ink, and I would rather just pay for them to print it and send it to me. I literally ordered this and I think I got it within 4 to 5 days. So that is like a total amazing plus with, you know, when you want stuff in your hands. There was no taking long to get this in my hands. So again, I'll just pull this out. You can see I have some coordinating ribbon I tucked under there, and that was a piece that was left over. So because it's white on the reverse side, I wanted to just do some kind of decorative something or other in order to get that to fold the way I want. Now, I'm going to take my decorative, my design, and have that on top. Now this is now 10.5 because I cut off 1/4. It originally was 8 by, well, 8.5 by 11. I trimmed off the 1/4 of an inch on each side, which makes it 8 by 10.5. And that's what you need if you're just using regular designer series paper or decorative paper that don't have edges. So you're starting with 8 by 10.5, because where you're going to score is going to be easier to score and have even, even sides. This does not have a 1/16 of an inch kind of mark, which you could use your trimmer if you have a scoring blade for that. You could use that. I don't even know where my scoring blade is. It's over because it went flying one day. I shouldn't say I don't know where it is. It's right there. So anyway, I am going to, I know where all these things are because I just used them. Okay. I'm going to lightly, I'm going to score at 3.5, lightly. Matter of fact, I might want to do it again. Did I do that right? And then, do I have a message? Nope, check my rings. I need to probably stand, but I'm not going to. I'm going to flip that to the other side. So on the long side, you're scoring at 3.5 from each side. And I'm gently, okay? And then figure out what you want your bottom flippy flap here to be. I would love it to be this color so that I am able to have this color as a focal point. So with that, I'm gonna put this close to the edge, you know, this butted up to here, and I'm gonna score this at 1.5. So again, this side, 3.5, flip, 3.5, flip, 1.5. Okay, so we have all of our score marks. Now we're going to do some folding of this paper, and it's going to also, this is called a tuxedo fold. Part of this is, so you will understand when you see this. Now, these are the same, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. So when you are folding, you want to make sure it's going to fold, especially if it's a thicker cardstock. You want to make sure that this folds in a way, so you want to just before the score line. So it may not fold exactly on that score line you created, but you're using that as a guide, okay? You want it just before that score line so that there's no bulk when you're folding. Cardstock would get really bulky when folding this together. So then I'm going to unfold that, and I'm going to go real close, but not completely, to that score line. Make sure you're folding even. My first one, I had some issues. And I'm going to come in and just varnish that. Then I want to come up here. This is like right on the score line. Varnish that. There's so much you can do with this kind of fold too. Okay, so now I know that I'm going to want to, I need to cut part of this off, but first I'm going to do this portion first. So this is the bottom, this is the top. We're going to come in corner to corner. So the corner and this piece here is going to line up just before that score line. So now you have that one fold back of that tuxedo fold. Okay. The next one, the other side, opposite side, you are going to do the same, corner to corner right here and right before that score line. And hopefully I got that right. Looks like I'm a little off, but that's okay. So then when you're folding it, minus this, what's going on down there, you're going to fold like this and like this, okay? And these are going to fold up like this. Now you can see there's a little bit of white. So that's where I folded kind of awkwardly. So I want to make sure that that is not going to show, but I'm also cutting that piece off. So let's do that. Your far one to the right, because I'm looking at it that way, you are going to cut this piece off. So I'm going to go right up that score line because it is just paper. And to save myself grief, and I want to cut straight, I'm going to come in with my, this is very thin paper, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my little guillotine. I'm going to line that score line up, make sure it's flush up here, so we got straight lines, and trim that off. And you see that I folded this up, so I didn't cut any of that off. So now this is what your design is going to look like. You're going to save this piece because you're going to tuck it in here and you're going to cover up where this folds. Okay. You're going to have a little bit of white showing, but we're going to end up tucking this down before we adhere anything, and we'll add some ribbon to the top to give it that vintage look. Okay. So you're using every bit of that paper that you are creating with. So let me grab, I want to grab a vintage looking ribbon, and I'm just going to grab my ribbon scissors, excuse the reach, and take some of this. Do I want to use this color? Oh, that's really pretty too. I haven't even touched that ribbon. I found all this ribbon in my stash, craziness, that I just didn't use. So, and these are ways to add to, oh, this is going to be pretty. Okay. Add to, I'm trying not to trip over things. Now, if I had my boot on, I'd be tripping. All right, first things first, before I get all into adding things, I need to ink some stuff. So my favorite thing, I really like to ink with let's look at this. I like to ink with pecan pie. And I think I might stick with, although the copper would look really good with this. Let's go with copper clay. And you can use daubers, or you can use one of your blending brushes, or whatever you like, a sponge. I need to get some of those really cute ones that are flat that have the things that you can remove. I really like those. I'm going to grab my towel here and take off any excess ink from any browns that I might have on here. I don't like to wash these because it takes forever to dry. So I just clean them and I keep them kind of with similar colors. So brown tones will be brown. If it's a lighter shade, I might use one on its own. But you get the gist. I'm getting off all of that stuff. So I'm not transferring any other ink colors or fuzz for that matter to an ink pad. So it's very important for me to be able to do that. I'm going to come in with my, actually we're just inking edges. I'm going to fold this. I'm And I'm gonna just kind of rub that in. And you, like I said, you can use daubers. I just want to help this stand out. Oh yeah, I think that's a great color to use for my inked edges. And so we've got that. It just helps it stand out a little bit. Gives it a more vintage look. Get some more ink on there. So I absolutely love getting all the, I know people are like cringe when they get all the advertisements on Facebook, but I found something amazing that I want to do in June, and I'm kind of scared, but it's one of my favorite horse trail ride places, and it's Letchworth. And I'm excited because they're going to do a risque for me, a day of horseback riding, a picnic, and whitewater rafting in Letchworth. So I'm going to get myself signed up for that. And I don't care if I have to go alone. I won't be alone because so many people will be going right alongside. So, all right, I'm just going to add also to this because I want to have that copper color on this paper as well. Have any of you out there done any junk journaling? Do you like to scrapbook? What's your favorite type of paper crafting? Let me know. I enjoy so much of this. I did not announce this over on my Facebook page that I was going live, but people, I'm going to end up just putting a schedule out there, and people are just going to have to come over here and find me. I'll share it afterwards, but I really want people to come find me and join me live. All right, I also need to, which I skipped over, I need to ink these edges. So if there's still enough ink on there, I can go ahead and do that. I want to thank everybody out there in my stamping community that purchased stuff from my sale. You guys helped me immensely, and it's helping me pay for my cruise. That's not my dream. I mean, it's one of my dream vacations. I would love to go on a cruise with Jennifer Cotton and take classes, and April McCright. They are the ones that are coordinating the whole entire thing, and I love it. And she is, I connected with Jennifer Cotton the very first time at backstage. I was just like such a Stampin' Up! Groupie, trying to find all the amazing demonstrators that I love to watch. And that's okay, right? There was nothing better than when I ran into Rose Ward the last time I presented. And again, I'm sorry, I'm not a demonstrator, but the company did wonders for me and I loved them. And I created so many amazing friendships from being a part of their direct sales. But anyway, Rose Ward saw me in the hallway one day. And of course, I watch her. I love her videos. I love her personality. She also lost her husband 2 years ago. And so, you know, there's a lot of people you have things in common with. It's not really things you want to have in common. But anyway, she spotted me in the hallway and she's like, oh, I watch your videos. I'm like, ah, I know you. I'm like, I know you. It was funny. So it was nice to have that recognition. I don't really need to edge that side. So I'm just babbling at this point. So I do want to add a hint of this color to my ribbon that I just picked out, but not overwhelming. This is a pretty ribbon that, I don't know, I purchased from Stampin' Up! When I was doing, but you can add hints. Well, it does look nice with that copper tone. So copper tone tan, haha, sorry, funny. That's just me being silly. All right, so there is my blending brush. We've done some of that. Now I could use the reverse side, where it's just a smidge of that color, or I can use this side. So what I want to do is add this with the fringe part sticking up. So even though that white is going to go underneath there, I don't care. But I have to be cautious. I'm going to actually adhere it to the base of this, and it's all going to get tucked in there. So let's go ahead and do that, and then I can trim the ribbon down. And I mean, that's how I met Jenny. I met Jenny and so many other demonstrators through, or so many friends through Stampin' Up! And I will always be a part of that community, even though I'm not in it for the direct sales portion of it. So, and I'll still use their product because they have great product. But anyway, now I can use everything I desire. I'm going to line this up so it's even here. So let's add some adhesive to the back of this. Whoops, a little loud. I need to place an order. I'm almost out of adhesive, and I keep telling myself, place that order before you go on something, because you're gonna need it. I hope I'm not sticking my head in the camera. I kind of just want to get the same position here. Is it going to? I think it is. From this. Perfect. Well, it was till it moved on me. I just want the kind of the fringe showing, but I want it to be equal. All right, is it equal? Press it down. All right, lovely. So there's that. We're going to trim this off before I do anything else. So I'm going to grab my, you would think these would be my ribbon scissors because there's a ribbon on it. And these are my paper snips. I know, it's crazy. Can y'all believe my baby girl is leaving for California? I am going to be a mess. I took tomorrow off because if she leaves tomorrow, I'm going to need it for recovery, the tears that will flow. But we raise our kids for them to live out their dreams. I always said to my kids, do what you love. Of course, do what you love, and it's never feels like work till you get to that point and it feels like work. I should keep that tiny little strip. I might need it. Okay, so there's that. We've accented that with that ribbon. I don't have adhesive on the ribbon, but that's okay. I'm going to tack this on the inside. So I'm going to add some adhesive here. And since this is thinner paper, I don't want to, actually, let me get my silicone mat and stick this on there. Or excuse my reach, because I'm not ready for it. I'm going to add adhesive here. I don't want to use Tombow on this computer printer paper because it will create lumps and bumps. This is going to get, now you could cut these off and you could create something different. And I'll show you with a regular piece of paper that has that's two-sided, and it'll be a little thicker because I can use it in something different. I'll just grab a piece of paper from my stash of designer series paper, and I'll create one. So just to show you a variation, because you can cut these strips off and make inside pockets and have it fold open as long as you have paper, a design in there. Okay, so this goes here, and that's going to fold up. I still have a wonky fold going on because that white is showing. That's a little bit better. So what I could do to prevent all that craziness is come in and ink the back side of this to kind of cover up. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to see the inside. So if I have all this crazy ink going on the inside, it doesn't matter. But at least it will help me when I'm doing that fold over. It will, if there's white showing, get in there. It's now covered up with the ink. I could fold it the other way. Doesn't matter. So actually that looks better. So we'll fold it this way. Let me just varnish this. And now what I want to do is that fold even. Looks like it's not quite even. Fold it again. There we go. Okay. All right. So you're going to see that we're going to make these. There's two tuck spots here. Tuck spot, tuck spot. This is going to go on the inside here. So I'm going to gently come in, because I want it to be where this is going to kind of cover up. You may see some of that white at the top, but the goal is to, oh, I forgot to trim that down, didn't I? That's okay. We're going to make it work. I was supposed to trim it a smidge, like a 1/16 of an inch, but that's okay. That way you have this decorative and you don't see the white that is under there because that's going to be a tuck spot. And again, let's fold this the right way. It's better to fold where that piece isn't so that you can fold these up without too much bulk. And that's why we took that piece off. One, it marries nicely with the base of this, and it gives you less bulk, right? So this goes well, less bulk here. And what we're going to do, unfold this. I want these two pieces to be adhered together. So this is where I'm going to come in with a little bit of Tombow, just a gentle stream. And I am going to fold this over, and that's okay, right? Yes. You could create this all the way here. You could do that, but I don't need to add all that adhesive. And then this is going to come over here. I am going to close this though, because that is going to keep that closed, because they're just, it's just going to be a pocket. So we've got that. And this, since we've already, I need to fold that a little bit better, score that. Let's go ahead and kind of varnish that adhesive in place in all these spots. And with that, we can add a little bit more adhesive. This should be a little stream of adhesive, but I haven't put that in my precision tip bottle yet, as you see. And I'm going to bring this up and hold that. This is where paper clips, see, I got a lot of ooze going on. Paper clips will come in handy to hold that together while it dries. Oh, I can't use that one. Sorry, that's got a thing attached to it. Let's get that up with my microfiber cloth. So nothing's going to stick. I should toss that in the washer today. All right, but you can clip these, let them dry, and then we can create some fun tags. So we can add tags of this nature, right? We can add from this paper, or we can add from our, like how awesome would this be to add this butterfly right here, right? But we're going to have tuck spots, so we could decorate that bottom. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I adhere that down? There's 4 tuck spots. Now, do I want to come in and add a hole punch? I'm not sure, because then that white's going to show, and I don't really want that to show. So I think what I'll do, I have some adhesive there. I think that, I don't know if I really want to use any of this. I think I want to stick with her stuff she gave me, or I purchased. And we're going to grab something, I don't know, maybe I will use that other stuff. This would be great for a tag because it's a lighter. Okay, I'm going to grab this piece, and let's see what we can do with this. I'm just going to do some love it, chop it. Move this aside. All right, so I want to make a tag. Now we know that these sections are 3.5 width, but you know, one is adhered down. So this one might be a little bit smaller. So no big deal. And we are going to come in. I want to cut this down to this section here is what I want to use. And I'm going to use a piece of cardstock because I want this to not be so flimsy, right? And we want to add it to, I'm going to use just a smidge of this color, and then I'll trim off, well, that is how long? This now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 inches long. So it would be ideal to do a 5.5 inch tag, which I should have trimmed that first. Let me just trim that off. So we're saying it's 5.5, okay? But it's not really because I cut a smidge, okay? So we've got this. And now I want to, could I use this Will that tuck in? It will. This would tuck in here as a little file folder. I don't really want to use that because this is going to stick out and I want to use that for something different. Let's grab something that's going to coordinate with this and make it a little bit thicker. And I'm thinking I grabbed some paper. What did I do with it? Oh, I grabbed some colors. So we've got this, the honey wheat. No, I said honey wheat. Wild wheat. I've grabbed this, which is a kind of a smoky slate or gray granite. I thought I had a different color. Or we have, that's designer series paper. Do I want to use that? No. Let's grab another piece of paper out of my stash. This is a lengthy video. I appreciate you all sticking around and watching. Let's find something that's really going to look nice with that color. That's rustic, and we'll add, I really liked the wild wheat though. Will that be okay? I think I need more, yeah, no, too much of a green tone to it. Well, friends, why not grab copper clay? There you go. Now this is a 12 by 12 piece. I don't want to use that because I don't want to waste my 12 by 12 for scrapbooking. So let's go ahead and grab that color if I have it still in the color family. And I may not. Oh, yeah, we got lots. I had a whole pack. So we are going to create a tag. Now, some of you may have tag punches that will fit something that is this large. If you do not, I'm going to give you a little secret. So I'm going to cut this down. Again, this is, I forgot already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and roughly a fourth. This could be a little bit bigger if you wanted it to be. It's 5 1/4. So let's go ahead and do 5 3/8 by, is it 3 inches? I think I went 3 inches. Yes. And 3 1/8. Okay. So we've got 5 3/8 by, so this will be a really nice tag. Well, I didn't really leave myself enough room, did I? Grr. How'd that happen? Let's trim a smidge of this off. Okay. Aw, Maggie's not watching, but I just got a message from her. Unless she is watching and I don't know. Maggie just sent her a bunch of goodies she ordered from me. So I appreciate everyone that purchased stuff with my sale. Why am I still struggling with this? I think I need another smidge. I think I'm going to make this tag this one a little bit smaller and layer them together. So let's just trim another piece of that. Maybe about, I don't know. Let's see how long that is now. Is it 5 inches? It is exactly 5 inches by 3. Okay, there. No more issues there. All right, so the key to this is we want to trim these up the same way. So I'm going to add, let's see. I'm leaving this because we're going to layer these tags together. Okay, it's going to be a layered tag. And actually, I'm going to adhere it. Do I want to adhere it? Let's add some ink to the sides of this. And yes, I'm going to adhere it just to make it stronger. That was my goal. So I'm using copper clay to the edge of this. All right, so copper clay. and that will kind of marry in nicely with that. We'll adhere this. I'm making myself crazy. Let's take our creative memories. There are two sides to this, and I'm going to punch the tag ends, and then they will be lined up nicely. Okay, perfect. I don't know why I'm struggling. Hello, it's that easy. Use your punches. Use your punches. Line that up. Punch that out. Okay, now we're good. I'm going to ink up the edges of this with the same color, of course. I like to ink things up. I like to tear paper. I'm that person. Might need some more ink. Hi, Susan. Welcome. Happy Sunday. Thank you for joining us. Okay, there. We've inked those edges. This is the little pocket thing we've created if you're just joining. And now I'm going to adhere these together. We've made a tag. Let's see if this is going to fit first, right? That's important. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, so we're going to adhere this onto our base. So we're creating it a little bit thicker. I'm going to use regular double-sided tape, whatever you use. This is Stampin' Up! Seal. I'm going to add this to my, oh, I'm going to make sure it's even because I didn't measure evenly. So we want to make sure this is going to kind of work for me. A little off, but yeah, way off. Of course, it's harder to get this paper off of that paper. See what we can do. So I can straighten that out, and if I can't, we'll just leave it so I'm not ruining things. And maybe I can just, yeah, that's way crooked, but that's okay. It's fine, right? Nothing in crafting is perfect. I could put a little tuck spot there to fix that, right? I could add a little tuck spot, but I'm not going to. It's going to be a tag. And I'm going to grab some brads that I have. And this is something I came across when I was cleaning too. Look at that. And my crocodile. We'll see if I can remember how to do all this fancy stuff. It's been a while. All right, so I want to grab, why not something that looks, I don't want that one. I want a round one. Round, round. A lot of pretty things, right? This was a multi-pack that I got, I don't know how long ago, and I probably bought it from, do I have a round one? Yes, right there. I probably bought it from, I don't even know if there's a label on it. There isn't, but it's got pins, it's got all different things, all neutral colors, fun things to add to any kind of journaling, scrapbooking, cards, whatever. So thank you for the thumbs up, people. I love that. Again, it's not perfectly lined up, but you know what? That's the love of creating. I do want to, so this is 3 inches. Well, it was supposed to be. Maybe that's an issue. Oh, this is a little wider. But I want to kind of get that in the center. So I think that looks like the center. And then I'm going to come in, I'm going to punch a, do I need the bigger hole? I might for that brad. We're going to go for it. This is adjustable. Bring that down if you can't get to that hole, that center. Actually, let's just do it here. A little bit. I'm going to stick this brad in. Yay. Haven't used these in forever. Then I'm going to try and remember how to do this. Yeah. Don't know if I can. Don't know if I know how. But I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to squeeze. And I'm going to hope for the best. Oh, it's a little wonky. I think I hit it too hard. I think the hole needed to be smaller, but oh my goodness, look at that. It curved into itself, but you can change those. That's probably the... I'm not a pro. I never claimed to be. I wonder if I can fix it. I don't know. I don't dare. That turns. This one probably turns too. Goodness gracious. Somebody teach me how to do this stuff. Ah, fits in, fits in. See if I can fix it. If not, it'll be okay. I think I was supposed to go this way. It's a little better, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We're gonna go with it. What a goofball. All right, so this will go into this section here, and we can add some twine and whatnot. I definitely need to do something to cover up that mess, but that's okay. So there's one tag, and we're going to create another tag. This is a very long video, isn't it? We're already on to an hour. It's okay. Let's create another tag with a variation of this paper here. I want the blue part to the top, and this one is going to be a little bit smaller. We'll do it at 2.5. So I want it to be 2.5. Yes, 2.5 by. So this is shorter, and that is, grab a ruler. That's about 4 3/4. So I'm just going to do 4 inches. So let's cut off this little piece here, and then I'll measure 4 inches. Yeah, 4. Like so. Grab more of the copper paper. This time I'm just going to round the edges. Make it easy for me. I want that butterfly. And so this is 4 by, again, I already forgot, 4 by 2.5, right? Yes, 4 by 2.5. So we're going to do a smidge bigger. So we're going to do 2 3/8. No, 2 5/8. Which I just messed up. 2 5/8 by 4 1/8. Okay. I think I messed that up too. That should layer on there nicely. Okay, with just a smidge of a border. I'm just going to round these ones. Of course, I rounded it in the wrong end, so I'm going to round all 4 corners. It's nice to create tags and little tuck spots and your own ephemera for stuff like this. And that is anywhere from taking bits and pieces of things and layering them, stamping, whatever the case is. So, all right. So we've got this. I want this to be at the top. Do I dare do another brad? That doesn't look like it was straight. There we go. Let's go ahead and adhere this to this, and I didn't edge them, but you know what I'm going to do instead? Line this up right first of all. Remember, it's just a smidge of a border, like a 1/16 of an inch. There we go. It's a little bit better than the first one. This was the prototype I made that we're kind of following suit. I like this one with the variation in colors. This can tuck in a little bit more. I'll add some ribbon or something there. This one, we can, I just had a thought. What was it? It's gone. There's a surprise. All right, so we have this. Let's grab this ribbon that was left. And let's fold it this way, this way, doesn't matter. And I am going to staple that on there. I need a smaller stapler. They also make staplers with swivel. Let's adhere that and then staple it, right? Absolutely. So I'm not getting my finger in the way. Can adhere that there and then play nice. Play nice. Come in and staple. Stapled it. It's not centered, but that's okay. You get the gist. Okay, and this one can go in here. So now we've got, and it's going to play nice, we've got two little tags. We'll put some fun stuff on there. And then this, we can tuck in our butterfly here as a tuck spot. And then, or we can put it here where we can decorate the outside, which I think I want to do, but I actually might put it up here more, but I don't want to cover it with whatever I'm sticking in there. So let's go ahead and I think I'm just going to make two tiny little tags with now it can be a journaling piece, so we can just use this in the back side. Got some goop on it. Let's just trim that white piece off. I don't need that. And I'm gonna do 1.5 inch. Is that gonna 1.5 inch by, let's do a 3 inch, 1.5 by 3. Now you can add something to the back of that. You can come in and you can round the corners again if you want to do that. I am going to take my paper snips and I'm just going to cut off an edge. And then I'm going to take that, and in order to get the same on the other side, I'm going to add it here, hold on to it, and snip it in the same spot, hopefully the best that I can. And that creates a little tag, and you can put a hole punch and string some stuff through there. I actually might want to trim that down a little bit more, just a smidge, like 1/8 of an inch there. I like that better. Okay, I think my pieces were too deep of a cut on the sides. Okay, this can tuck in here. I'll add some twine or a bow or something. So put that one on that side. And then we've got another piece here that is 1 inch. We're going to cut that down to 2 3/4. No, 2.5. And this one, we can also snip the edges, or we can make this look like a ticket. So the way you do that is grab, not that punch, your tiny little circle punch, your 1/2 inch circle punch. Get that in the corner there, kind of make it look the same. Then come to the other end, we'll do a faux ticket. And if you wanted, you could do some stamping on it, but I don't want to take away from the way the paper looks. So you have a faux ticket. You could put a sentiment there if you have one and tuck that in. So you've got those two pieces. And then I can take my butterfly and I can add that right there. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm not going to, because this is going to go inside my journal on one of these pretty pages. So I'm going to tuck it on this page so it really stands out. And then I'll do the finishing touches on my tag. And I think I don't want to create a lot of bulk, so this is going to get flush to the base of that pocket. And then you remember you have another pocket that is there. You have 2 pockets. So you have all that space to tuck things. So that is with, I mean, granted, I still need to finish adding twine and all that fun stuff to these elements, but I think that's super cool as a fold. So I want to create another one, But I think I'm gonna have to save that for another day. So let's just finish off, and then we'll adhere it in our book. We'll finish off the tags within here. I'm so excited that I did all of this. You could even take this one, and that could be a tag as well to kind of offset that. So let's take this and create another ticket, just entering a little bit of the tip of that, trying to do evenly and straight. And we'll do that other ticket, and we'll add some ink to these. I'll get some twine on the ones that I need to. There's a little bit of a fray there. So let's open up our ink. We'll add all that pretty color to those pieces I just put in to let them stand out, help them stand out. Just add some ink to your brush or whatever you use, dauber, whatnot. And I'm just going to add that ink onto both sides of this ticket. So no matter which way you put it in the pocket, it's going to create some fun stuff. I think I have a really great addition that I can add to this that I have in my stash that I found. So let's add again. Of course, this one is going to get inked just on the one side because that's going to be the part that's showing, because the reverse is white. And this one as well. So are y'all enjoying this? This is all new to me, and I'm loving it. The lady that showed this technique, she did it in 11 minutes. Not so much. And all right, so we have those. You can leave those as is. You don't have to add anything. But look what I found. I found these adorable things in my stash. They're heart-shaped. This one says enjoy. This is for ribbon to feed through. Carefree, joyful, live, laugh, love, and my boy, oh boy, oh boy, little things. But I think you have to add these on something with brads, and they're a little bit big, so I'm not going to do that. But I thought that was fun to find, a good find. But we could take and close this first. I don't really want to add ink to this butterfly. I think that would just take away from the beautifulness of it. But I could take and I could add one of these to this here. It's a little spiral paper clip. How cute is that? And if I can get it on here, I kind of want all the goodness to show like this. So you could add that. You got that little paper clip on there. Super cute. And that can tuck in there. You can have it a little higher, actually. You could have it right here. You can add it like that or like that. So that gives kind of an offset of, you know, adds a little fun stuff to it. I have buttons, just all the goodness. All the goodness. Brads I don't know how to use. These are corners that you can put, oh my goodness, just so much fun that I can have with this pack. I have to find more. So that was a fun find in my stash. So that is really it. I'll add, let's find something to add to this. Maybe we have another pretty, let's see. We'll add something to that, and then we will, oh, I know exactly what to add. And then we will be done for today's video. Was that not exciting? We'll add it to our journal. I'll adhere it to the inside of the journal. This is that copper jute ribbon, or whatever you call it. I'm going to trim some of this. It's probably more than I need. And I always forget which way you enter this, but I think it comes from behind. Hopefully I can get it in there. This almost looks like pecan pie. Honestly, that color. I think the hole to my, let's see if I can, there's a really cute way to do this with a tool. The jute ribbon, or the jute stuff here, yeah, it's just not working. So what I'm going to do, because it's too thick for that hole, I'm just going to Wow, did you hear my stomach? That was crazy. I don't know if it's going to fit in here. It's the perfect color. Weh. Weh. You know what else is a perfect color? Let's grab this. That's a perfect color. Now we can do it. Let's do some of this. I don't know how much. Let's just measure just for the heck of it. Thank you for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. Sunday morning. This is about 9 inches, and that's okay because it's gonna get some love when we get it poked through my oops brad. Guess I better watch a video on how to do brads, right? There is a hook of some sort, like a crocheting hook or something, that you can feed these through without having issues. And since this is a little thinner, it's working. But I always put it in backwards, so it would not surprise me if I just did that again. Oh, yeah, I did. But you know what? I'm going to keep going. I'm going to tie the end of this. Whew, it's warm in here. Let's open my window. I think I need to turn down the heat today. That would be a pleasure. Tired of paying for it. Oh, listen to the birds out there. All right. Tying this is like difficult. Let's make it even, first of all. So I'm working with the, I want to tie it in a little tiny knot. I should have given myself a little more slack, but it's okay. We're going to get this before I end my video. I promise you. I need about 3 hands. Ah, so fun. So fun. All right. There we go. I got it. I'm going to leave that. We can fray that on the end to make it look a little bit more worn. Add that. You can add like lines on the back of these for people to journal on. And now we are going to put all that stuff aside. Put this away so I don't lose it. And I am going to add this. Do I want to put it on my first page? I think I want to add it to this 3rd page. Oh, it would look real good there. But we're going to put it on the lighter page for it to pop out. So I actually am going to use tear and tape on the back of this so that it really sticks in my journal. Your junk journals will become very bulky. And you know, they're called junk journals, and it really makes me sad because they're not junk. You can even create another tuck spot in the back if I don't want to add anything else here, but I am not going to do that for this one. So, yeah, I'll get back to that. Let me grab my bone folder to make sure this is adhered good. Some people do a 2-glue technique when adhering things into a journal, and that's fine too. It's where you would put your tear and tape, or you know, your heavy-duty double-sided tape, and add a section of the wet glue. I'm not going to do that because this paper is too thin. So grab take your pick tool, peel off these sections. Now what I want to do, this is a trick when I want things to line up. I only peel I peel one complete side, and then I peel part of the others and fold them outward so that I can grab them after I get it adhered. This helps me when, goodness, that was not supposed to happen. This helps me with placement so that once I get it lined up on this one side, I can line the sections up that are already adhered. This is peeled, and then you can go ahead and peel that off. It just helps you if you have to readjust things. So there is that. So I think this is a beautiful addition to this journal. I love the Hither and Yon paper. I'm going to use more of that within this journal. And now I have this one I can use on another page. But like, imagine just writing daily events. You can add memorabilia. This can be for a trip, you know, just fun things. And that needs to just stay put. I think it's just heavy ended with that. So awesome. We did a decorated part of this journal, and the colors marry nicely with what is inside or what is on the outside. So let's get you flipped back around. That one that I showed you that was a Christmas themed, I'm going to make a replica of this. And then once I have the measurements and all that good stuff, this was from Louise with my Hopewell group. So I thought that was really cute. So I will be replicating this, and I'll teach this in my next junk journal crafting edition, which might be when I come to you on Sundays for creativity. I'm sorry, for Let's Caffeinate and Create with MJ. Let's do junk journaling on Sunday mornings. I think that would be fun. I have so many cards. I need to use them. So I'll make cards, don't worry. I still love doing cards. And if you didn't see my alternates to my paper pumpkin, oh my goodness, check it out in my 6-minute plus video that I uploaded not too long ago. So all right, let's I'm just gonna go from here. Many Stampin' Blessings and crafting blessings to each and every one of you. Have a wonderful Sunday. Wish me luck and pray for my girl to get to California without any issues and all that wonderful stuff. You'd love the measurements for the Christmas one. I will get them to you. I will definitely do a video and I will share measurements with you. I think it's like starts with a 4x12 piece of paper. It could be actually not 4x12. It's 4 and so you could get it 4 3/4 by 12. So you could do it smaller to make your 12x12 go easier or go a further way. So, but that's just a starting point, and then we'll dive into that and create that together. So, all right, we'll do that one next Sunday. Look forward to that. And for now, have a blessed Sunday and a week ahead. And again, pray for my baby girl and all of her travels and her chapters she's about to, thank you so much, embark on, and to be able to write her own story. So maybe she could even take a journal with her if I could get my button gear, and she could jot down all the wonderful things she experiences in this coast to coast trip. So, all right, everyone. Love you all so much. Thanks for being here, and bye for now.